anything to bring them back. I'm just so sorry.
But the judge listened to Jamie's family, giving Patterson 2 consecutive life sentences.
You are the embodiment of evil, and the public can only be safe if you are incarcerated until you die.
Maggie Rulli, ABC News, New York.
A massive overhaul is on the way to Michigan's auto insurance system. The plan comes after a reform bill on high insurance rates passes in both the State House and Senate. It eliminates the requirement that all drivers buy unlimited personal injury protection in the event that they're in a catastrophic crash. Under the new bill, drivers who fully opt out of personal injury protection coverage could save around $1,200 a year, while drivers who maintain the full coverage are expected to save $120 annually. Reaction to the news has been mixed.
We're given options, and here again, that options, people can determine what's best for them.
I think we're negotiating in the favor of insurance companies as opposed to the consumer.
Michigan drivers pay far more than other drivers around the country. The average premium here is just over $2,600. That's 83% higher than the national average. Governor Whitmer has said that she will sign the bill into law. Once it is law, the legislation would take effect in July of next year. 8:07 right now, and it's the biggest weekend of the year for techno music in Detroit. The Movement Festival is taking to Hart Plaza. Workers were busy last night hoisting lights into position. Fans from around the world are expected in Detroit, which is considered the birthplace of techno. Movement runs from 2 to midnight today through Monday. DJs will keep the beat going on 5 stages all weekend long. Michigan's largest country fair is happening this holiday weekend in Metro Detroit as well. We're talking about the annual St. Mary's Polish Country Fair, now in its 48th year. 7 Action News reporter Jennifer Ann Wilson joins us live in Orchard Lake with a look at some of the fun and more specifically the Vegas tent. Yeah, that says a lot. Hey, Jen.
Oh, that's right. I am feeling pretty lucky this morning. I've got a handful of chips in order to place my bet. And I've got Steve. Steve, this is an annual tradition for us. I feel like we always face off during some big bet in the morning show.
I know, last year I think you won at the wheel, and this year
that sounds about right.
It's payback. So I came to play this morning. I got up early. I've been practicing rolling my dice.
You haven't even slept yet, have you?
Have not.
Yeah. So this is the largest high school fair in the country, and it started yesterday. So you're just going.
Yeah, it's the weather. It's sunny outside, so we thank Hallie for that. If she can keep that going the rest of the day, it would be wonderful. Keep the storms to the north and bring people in to have a lot of fun.
Okay, there's so many things to do here. Of course, the casino is one of these elements. It's a fundraiser. So let's place our chips. So we just pick some numbers and place our chips. Are you doing all in one?
No, I'm going to go with 2. Let's go with 2.
All right. Okay, I'll divide mine. Ooh, doing 10. Do 5.
Take the next.
I'll do 8.
Ooh. I'm going to do 9 and 10 then.
Ooh, 9 and 10. Okay,
let's take
all right.
the dice and,
okay, I'm going to move this.
Try.
Okay, you want to roll first?
No, ladies first.
Oh, okay. Returning champ first, maybe?
Yep.
Okay, all right, let's see. I don't know if there's a technique to rolling, but I got 9.
So
what does that mean?
That means I won.
Oh! Okay, but now you have to roll.
All right.
Okay, he's going to get those die. So here at the casino, this portion of the fair is open later than the rest, and there is alcohol here. It is a party all night long. You've also got live music, and who do you have this year?
We have Mitch Ryder and the Detroit Wheels playing tonight, which is going to be awesome to have him. He's, a Detroit legend, and tomorrow we have the Mega 80s coming back, and they always are fun to watch.
Oh, they always deliver, absolutely. So really fun for all ages. Of course, this right here, a little more adult fun, but let's see what you got.
All right, here we go.
Ooh, that was an enthusiastic.
7. I think I just crapped out.
But it didn't hit me. I didn't win. So you still ultimately won.
Nope. When you roll 7, everybody.
Next time we're going to read the rules and we'll be able to know for sure who wins.
Exactly.
But I can guarantee you they do have professional people running the craps tables. It won't be Steve or I. And the blackjack tables. There's more of those this year. The event today, it begins at 11 a.m. We've got prices, all the details you need to come on by today or tomorrow to come join in the fun here at St. Mary's. Back to you.
Better luck next time. Thank you so much. I guess she's with the right person. She can get some lessons.
Right,
She
it gets
needs,
the
you know.
rules, get the lessons,
There
and
you
don't roll
go.
the 7. Again, there we go. I learned
Well,
something new.
Hey, he gave you some props, and he was trying to,
I know.
will the forecast a certain
Exactly.
way. It's all
Doesn't
on you.
everyone. Everyone crosses their fingers, their toes, whatever it takes to keep the rain away on a day like this. But unfortunately, it looks like maybe a few of those showers and storms may just sneak right back in for the afternoon. We are in what we call a marginal risk for severe weather. I'll explain it and let you know the best times that we could see, or the worst times we could see those storms today coming up.
A funnel cloud caught on camera in Iowa. The piece of good news we're hearing as cleanup continues this morning. Next, President Trump is in Japan for trade talks. How this trip will make history, even if both sides don't come to an agreement. You're watching 7 Action News on this Saturday morning. President Trump is in Japan as part of trade talks with that country. The president will be the first world leader to meet Japanese Emperor Naruhito, who took the throne on May 1st. Early this morning, the president spoke to business leaders in Tokyo. Experts say Japan's prime minister plans to play golf with the president as part of talks aimed at sparing Japanese-made cars from U.S. tariffs. Right now, there are tariffs in place on aluminum and steel made in Japan. The Supreme Court is putting a hold on gerrymandering cases in Michigan and Ohio. The top court is expected to rule on similar cases in North Carolina and Maryland next month. That means lawmakers in our state have to wait for the court's decisions, which could affect redistricting across the country. A lower court had given lawmakers in Michigan until August 1st to draw new congressional districts. Crews in Iowa will be searching for damage this morning after this tornado was caught on camera. This video is from last night, not far from the campus of Iowa University in Iowa City. High school graduation on campus was interrupted and people were moved to safety during the storm. The tornado sent trees crashing onto roads. Fortunately, no injuries have been reported. Here at home, we want to head outside and give you a live look on this Saturday morning. Over Ann Arbor, we're seeing some sunshine there, looking a little hazy. I know driving in, the roads were wet, and just because some rain moved out doesn't mean more isn't on the way, right?
Right, we know how the weather has been lately. We've had 7 dry days so far this month. We're above average by about a ½ inch, so it has really been tough to get 2 days in a row of even dry weather, and even a single day now, because we have a round of storms that move through overnight, and they are taking off. They're moving over Lake Huron at this point, so you can see leftover storms right up toward Bad Axe. It did deliver some very heavy rain, 2 to 3 inches of rain overnight in just a matter of a couple of hours. So with that said, the flood advisory continues. It has been extended now to 11 a.m. for southern Sanilac, northern St. Clair counties. 59 degrees in Pontiac. You get closer to the warm front, it's 73 Monroe and 67 degrees Adrian. So this warm front will lift north through the viewing area as we go through the day today, allowing things to warm up. And we're already warmer by about 5 to 15 degrees. So we're going to again carry that over into our afternoon hours. We have a south wind at 7 miles per hour and our dew point in the upper 50s, so close to 60. Once our dew points start creeping into the 60s, you're going to feel it. It is going to be more humid today. It's going to feel muggy, but the breeze will be nice. We're looking at winds about 10 to 20 miles per hour out of the southwest, turning more westerly in the afternoon as the cold front comes a little closer. But here it is. This is what sparked the overnight storms, the warm front. The cold front will follow, but it's not going to come through until the overnight into tomorrow morning. So we have a lot of instability to work with for the afternoon. So a few of these, what do you call kind of summertime storms popping up as we go through the second half of the day. 72 in Chicago. You can see where the warm front is. Hasn't lifted toward Minneapolis, where temperatures are in the upper 50s at this point. As far as the risk for severe weather, we call a marginal risk for us. The slight risk is down to the south and east, so a greater chance within that slight risk from Ohio to New York. But for us, we're in what we call a marginal risk, which means an isolated storm could be strong to severe. We go through the afternoon hours and we're beginning to see noon or thereafter a few of these storms popping up, and you can see they're just a few. It's not real widespread like we saw overnight, but it's going to try to connect a little bit as it moves through. This is 2 o'clock, so we're starting to look 2, 3 o'clock, still giving it a chance up till about 5, and so we start to see that instability start to decrease about then. And then overnight, maybe a brief shower south of I-94, and that looks to be the trend tomorrow too. This is noon tomorrow. Best chance for these showers near and south of Detroit because that same front coming through, that cold front, gets hung up. It stays put tomorrow. tomorrow, and because it is so close, it'll continue our chances for a few showers to the south. But again, the timing will look between 1 and 5 for anything that may be severe. It's certainly not a done deal by any means, but winds and hail would be the main threat along with the heavy rain. So 82 the high today. It's going to be warm. It's going to be more humid. Temperatures dropping into the low 60s overnight. 77 degrees tomorrow. Best chance for rain near and south of Detroit. Monday starts dry. The later it gets, the better chance for more storms. Temperatures in the low 70s. We're back to 80 or even above on Tuesday. Anu?
All right, at least the temperatures are going in the right direction. Thank you, Hallie. Here's a look at what's coming up on 7 Action News this morning.
In search of grilling perfection, the battle is on over briquettes versus lump charcoal like this. We'll show you which side of the fuel fence you should be on, depending on your needs.
All right, Simon, thank you. And next, the Detroit Tigers got a big win and snapped their 9-game losing streak. Who came up big last night against the Mets? You're watching 7 Action News this morning. The Tigers will be looking to make it 2 wins in a row today after snapping their 9-game losing streak. Jacoby Jones led the Tigers with a home run and a double and had 4 runs batted in. Miguel Cabrera also hit a home run for the Tigers, and Detroit won 9-8. The Tigers and Mets play again this afternoon in New York. The first pitch is at 4:10. Well, grilling season is here, and many of you will be cooking outside during this long weekend. And if you plan to use charcoal, 7 Action News reporter Simon Chowdhury is breaking down what will work best for you so you don't waste your money.
Getting ready to take out the barbecue? Well, if you're like me, you prefer charcoal grilling. But then you have to decide between classic briquettes versus lump charcoal. Well, Consumer Reports settles the debate by testing both. Sometimes only grilling over a charcoal fire will do. But what type of charcoal? Lump or briquettes?
I prefer briquettes.
Lump charcoal, 100%.
Briquettes are made primarily of sawdust, and each piece has a consistent shape, so that means they burn more uniformly. Lump charcoal is charred wood pieces of different sizes and shapes. The labels often claim that they burn hotter and longer than briquettes.
CR testers burned 3 pounds each of briquettes and lump coal in 2 very different grills. Thermocouples on the grates collected the precise temperature for each. That info goes into a computer, turning it into a heat distribution map. Overall, the lump charcoal burned about 40 to 50 degrees hotter than the briquettes. For evenness, the lump charcoal only got a fair score in the Weber kettle, but it got a very good score in the Big Green Egg. And in a duration test in the Big Green Egg, the lump coal maintained a low temperature of 250 degrees for 11 hours versus just 4 for the briquettes. The briquettes got excellent scores for evenness in both grills, and the briquettes burned evenly throughout. So, which should you use? Well, the testers found lump charcoal is best for when you want a hot sear on a steak and that smoky flavor that comes from real wood.
Briquettes are easier to stack, light, and control, and they're a whole lot cheaper.
And if you thought those heat maps are cool, well, Consumer Reports uses them for gas grills. We have a few examples on our website at WXYZ.com. I'm Simon Chowdhury for 7 Action News.
All right, great tips there. Thank you so much, Simon. There's much more to come in our next half hour, including stories from Royal Oak, Brownstown Township, and Orchard Lake. That's where Jennifer Ann Wilson is live at the Polish Country Fair. Hey, Jen.
Hey, Anu, I'm getting a refresher course on the basic polka steps, but coming up, Erica here, she's going to help me take my polka game to the next level, and I'm going to show you about some really unique things you can buy here. Woo! All right, now it's getting fancy. I'm going to try to keep up. See you in a bit.
Looking good, Jen. Plus, Michigan State University is set to announce its next president. When we will find out who it's going to be. You're watching 7 Action News this morning.
Taking action for you. 7 Action News starts right now.
Welcome back on this Saturday, May 25th, as we give you a live look at our radar there on the left and a look at Mount Clemens on the right. You can see that that big green blob heading out of here. But 7 First Alert meteorologist Hallie Vogel is tracking some more rain on the way. And to tell us, is this going to be severe potentially?
We have the risk for maybe an isolated storm to become severe. I don't want you to cancel your afternoon plans. I just want you to be aware. And one way to do it, just our free 7 app. You can put it on your phone. You can take a look at it, look at the radar from time to time. It is not going to be what we saw overnight, that big widespread heavy rain coming through. But I do think we're going to see some of these storms popping up as we go through the afternoon, just because enough instability in there with the higher dew points, the higher humidity, and the warmth too. But that area of rain, very heavy rain, 2 to 3 inches in fact, for parts of Metro Detroit, especially north of I-69, fell overnight. And then you can see a little bit of that redevelopment down to our south and west out ahead of the approaching cold front. So we kind of are in the mix for, a few of these storms to pop up from time to time. The flood advisory continues for until 11 a.m. for northern St. Clair, southern Sanilac counties because of the heavy rain that has already fallen. Now, right now, temperatures are warming and warming nicely. It's almost 70 already in Howell. You're close to the warm front that's lifting through. 59 degrees in Troy, so a little bit cooler for you. It is 60 in Mount Clemens with some sunshine. Our highs today in the low 80s, and you get the picture. We get into the peak heating of the day, the afternoon hours, and it's not unusual with this type of air mass to get a few of these storms to develop from time to time into the afternoon. So we'll time it out. I'll show you our futurecast to let you know some of the areas that are more likely to see some of these storms, and then talk about what's ahead for tomorrow and, of course, Memorial Day on Monday. That's in your full forecast.
Thank you, Hallie. 8:29 right now. We are staying on top of a breaking story we first told you about at 6 o'clock this morning. MDOT says crews have now cleared eastbound M14 at Ford Road in Superior Township. The road was closed for about 5 hours after a crash early this morning. Still no word on injuries, but once again, eastbound M14 is now back open at Ford Road. Robert Carmack is heading to trial for allegedly defrauding the city of Detroit. The businessman is charged with 4 felonies over the sale of a 10-acre piece of property on Melville Street. Prosecutors say Carmack never finished the $250,000 sale, but used documents claiming he owned the property before selling it. Carmack is set to be arraigned June 7th. If convicted, the 59-year-old could spend up to 14 years in prison. Michigan State University is expected to announce the name of its new president on Tuesday. The new hire, who will be MSU's 21st president, will replace acting president Satish Udpa. He succeeded interim president John Engler, who was pushed out last year for his treatment of Larry Nassar survivors. Prior to Engler, Luana Simon held the post. She resigned amid the Nassar scandal and is currently charged with lying to police during that criminal investigation. If convicted, the 72-year-old faces up to 4 years behind bars. A man from Novi who's accused in a Russian spy scandal is dealing with a setback in his fight to come home. On Friday, a Russian court ruled that Paul Whelan must stay in prison for at least 3 more months. The 49-year-old was arrested in Moscow back in December. Whelan talked to reporters from his jail cell Friday afternoon, addressing the conditions that he says he's been dealing with since his arrest.
I've been threatened. My personal safety has been threatened. There are abuses and harassment that I'm constantly subjected to. There's a case for isolation. I have not had a shower in 2 weeks. I can't use a barber. I have to cut my own hair. I can't have medical treatment. I can't have dental treatment.
Whelan is charged with espionage, which carries up to 20 years in prison in Russia. A fire captain in Texas is off the job, charged with 10 counts of possession of child pornography. Houston police arrested Ryan Steckler at his home on Friday afternoon. Reporter Jessica Willey from the ABC affiliate in Houston explains how police found out about this.
Friday evening, the home on West Copper Lakes was quiet. No one answered the door. But this is where the 36-year-old Houston Fire Department captain was arrested just hours earlier. Ryan Steckler is charged with 10 counts of possession of child pornography. The 14-year veteran, a father of a little girl, faces disturbing allegations. According to court documents, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children provided a cyber tip that Steckler allegedly uploaded files of graphic child porn. Houston police executed a search warrant on his online account and say they found 3 pictures of girls 10 to 12 years old in states of nudity and performing sex acts. During a search of Steckler's house Thursday, they found a hard drive, according to court records, with 7 pornographic pictures and videos of girls as young as a year old. The HFD paramedic is assigned to Station 30 in Northeast Houston. Chief Sam Pena told Eyewitness News, quote, Ryan Steckler has been relieved from duty and is currently under administrative investigation following an arrest by the Houston Police Department. Steckler has been employed with the Houston Fire Department for 14 years. The fire union told us, quote, we became aware of the allegations against the captain when the HPD SWAT team showed up at the fire station. Neither the captain nor the city has contacted us regarding the investigation or the criminal charges. If true, the allegations certainly are disturbing. We will continue to monitor the legal proceedings. Neighbors say Steckler was arrested by HPD SWAT at his home as the mother of his daughter watched. Prosecutors are requesting he has no contact with children if he's able to make bond.
That was Jessica Willey reporting. 100 pounds of crystal meth are off the streets this morning thanks to Brownstown Township Police. An officer made the discovery when he pulled over a minivan on I-75. A 46-year-old man and a 39-year-old woman, both from Detroit, were arrested. There's no word yet on the charges they may face. This morning in Royal Oak, volunteers will honor those who served our country. They will meet at Oakview Cemetery in Main Street and Rochester Road to place flags on veterans' graves. That begins at 10 o'clock. Volunteers will meet near the pond inside the cemetery. Thousands of people are expected at the Kensington Metro Park Art Fair in Milford. The juried show is happening at Maple Beach inside the park. The fair is open today and tomorrow from 10 to 6 and then Monday from 10 to 4. Guests are also invited to help create a large paint-by-number scene. Well, if you're looking for something fun to do with the family this holiday weekend, you can load up the car and head over to Orchard Lake. That's where the annual St. Mary's Polish Country Fair is being held. Our Jennifer Ann Wilson is live there now, where she just may show us another dance move or two. Hey, Jen.
Hey, there I have it. I've been practicing during the commercial break, so that will be like the piece de resistance of this live hit. I'll be doing the extra move I learned at the end. Right now I'm hanging out with Doreen, and Doreen has outfitted me with this beautiful crown of flowers. Doreen, what's it called?
That is a vianek.
Okay, and a vianek is a traditional Polish headdress of some sort.
Absolutely, something worn to special occasions, to church. Brides usually wear them instead of an actual long veil, they would wear a vianek.
I love it. And you've got all of these vianeks right here, and these vianeks you said are handmade by somebody locally.
Yes, absolutely. We have a friend, Kimmy, who has been making them for us for a very long time. She does beautiful work, and so we bring them to festivals to share.
I love it. Big flowers, little flowers, even the flowers with the ears. How stinking cute. Okay, so the vianek. And then moving on, we have some really cool, beautiful dishes here. These are nice blue flowers. Tell me about this.
This is Bolsvanek Polish pottery. It comes from the Bolsvanek region of Poland. It uses the clay that's from there. Each piece is hand done. And all Polish pottery is oven proof up to 400 degrees.
Really? So all of this you can actually put in the oven and kind of cook whatever it is you're eating right in the dish.
Yes, and then into the dishwasher too. Totally dishwasher
Love
safe.
it. Okay, so we've got the vianeks, we've got really cool pottery. We have shirts like I'm so cute, I must be Polish.
Absolutely.
I love it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I know you have some sassier shirts and some sassier shorts that are top sellers for you. You got plenty of them this year, so people can come and enjoy. And we've got hats here. Tell me,
Can't let the men be left out. We have beautiful hats from Poland with the peacock feather, very traditional, and then of course red and white feathers. To keeping with our national colors.
Well, I love that. So this is the St. Mary's Country Polish Fair. There's going to be a lot of live music. There'll be an 80s band, but there's going to be Polish music too, so you got to be ready, right, Erica?
Yes.
You know, Erica, what are you wearing?
Today I'm wearing the Krakowiak costume. It's one of the 5 national dances of Poland, and this is the traditional dress for what you would wear. So yeah, most of all of it does come straight from Poland.
I love it. Beautiful. Okay, but we don't have to wear the traditional wear in order to partake in the dancing. The event starts today at 11 a.m. It goes through the evening again tomorrow. So much fun. Okay, we're going to wrap this up with this fun new move. There we go. Oh, yeah. Ta-dam! Okay, I think I'm an honorary polka dancer. How did I do?
Perfect. Amazing.
I love it. You guys can get it too. There'll be plenty of people here to show you the ropes. Back to you, Anu.
A+, Jen. Nicely done. Thank you so much.